Hi guys, Gavin Townsend, the Transformation Guru. Just got back from the gym. It is 11 o'clock at night and here I am doing a random video, and as you can tell, comparatively to my other videos, I've got no hair in this one. So a lot of people have asked me this last week, and when I say a lot, probably about 200 people online, in person. A lot of people asked why did I suddenly shave my hair off. Well, there's a few reasons behind it. One of the main reasons is a few years ago I started to recede a little bit, and that's only because I got armed robbed with claw hammer and knife late at night. Early hours of Monday morning, 4 AM, I was staying at my friend's pub in Weston-super-Mare, and two guys decided to raid the pub and were waving a claw hammer and a knife at the edge of my bed, threatening to murder me. Not a nice experience, but it's one that stuck with me for a bit. I couldn't sleep properly for a while, and I got more and more stressed, and with that my hair started to take a bit of a battle. And yeah, this time last year, unfortunately, a good friend of mine died of heart disease, died of a heart attack whilst running. A week later, a guy who was like my grandfather died of cancer. Over Christmas last year, somebody I used to train committed suicide, and then earlier this year I got told that my aunt had cancer and she died of terminal cancer the following week, and I unfortunately only found out by text, and I didn't get to say goodbye. So very stressful period, and for the last year, because of that stress, I found myself constantly doing this, brushing my hair back. I also found myself constantly waking up in the morning with a bit of a sore scalp at the front, and it's because I was physically pulling my hair out in my sleep, which I've been told is a condition related to stress. So I wanted to give my scalp a rest as much as anything else, and also I've actually had it really short before, not as short as this. I went as far as buzz cutting and shaving it last week, but I'm going to grow it back a little bit, and I'll be quite comfortable and settled with that. But if I'm honest, if I started to lose even more of my hair, it's not too bad. It just goes to about there. So I think long hair is awkward, especially when you're starting to heavily recede around the sides there. So a few people have said to me, oh, why don't you get a hair transplant? If I'm honest, I'd rather just age gracefully, and if it means that I'm not blessed to hold on to my hair in my later years, well, I'll just shave. And I think it's so true when I hear and see people who are trying to desperately hold on to the hair around the sides, and they've got a bit of a toupee or a comb over it. Just doesn't look right, guys. So just brave it. I think I'm just at a point in my life where I just genuinely don't care about the opinion of other people. I'm quite happy to do what makes me happy, and I feel that's really important. And it's unfortunate for so many people today that they can't live their life on those sort of terms. And take it from me, I've done modelling my entire adult life. In my late teenage years, I've modelled for Zara, I've done stuff at Selfridges, I've done photo shoots for sports brands, not just my own but others as well. I've done loads of different random stuff. So obviously your hair's quite a prominent feature, but being into fitness, having a muscular physique, actually there's science behind the reasons why a lot of bodybuilders shave their hair, because it draws more attention to their body rather than their hairline. So that actually could work in a lot of gym goers' favours, actually. So if you are receding, guys, and you focus more on your body, don't feel ashamed of it. If you've got psychological issues around it, just openly speak to other people who've gone through the same experience. But take it from me, it was hard at first just to accept it. Really hard. I mean, I retired from bodybuilding, competing this year. Decided that I've got other things which are more important to me now, and I felt that doing more within my business, helping more people with health, fitness, nutrition advice. Obviously, I'm growing my YouTube channel. It's gone up by about 20% in subscribers in the last 6 months, which is good. And social media is getting a lot of engagement now. So and people are more importantly reaching out in person also. And I think honesty is the best policy today. Unfortunately, so many people are easily offended by the simplest of things, and we worry too much about the opinions of others. And I think I find it hard to relate to why people think like that. I can understand why, because people are more attached to their mobiles and less attached to actual interpersonal relationships nowadays. And I find that a lot of people are worried to speak up or just simply be themselves, and they have to be this fake facade like they are online. And it's been really nice recently where people are just appreciating the honest content, the directness. Yes, it will offend some people, and if it does, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm not going to lose sleep over it. It's only because I've been direct my entire life, especially in the fitness industry. Suddenly I'm speaking exactly how I once was 10 years ago, and now suddenly it's offensive to some people. But you look at the statistics in the UK, obesity rates are like this, mental health is like this, the likes of medication, substance abuse, phone use, social media use. People are abusing themselves more than ever, and the human mind was not created to absorb all this information, to communicate through technology like we do now. And it's no surprise why so many people are wanting to check out or are really struggling with their mental health today. And when I mean check out, I mean commit suicide. It's got as bad as that. And unfortunately, I have been affected by that massively this last year, because I know of a few people who've killed themselves. And it's a big issue today. And if only people spoke out more openly about their problems, but more importantly, when as far as doing something about it, I think we'll have less issues. Guys do predominantly suffer in silence more. I find a lot of women speak openly within their friends and peer circles, and it's important to speak. But more importantly, it makes sense to do something about it. Unfortunately, in this day and age, a lot of people are self-diagnosed with mental health disorders and issues. And if you haven't been to a clinical psychologist or a GP who's got experience of working with such cases, it's hard to stigmatise yourself and put yourself in a box. Most people just wouldn't be depressed in their mind if they just simply got off their phones, got engaged with more people, took more hobby interests on, drank more water than alcohol, quit the toxic things that are affecting the body, lay off junk foods, started doing a healthy fit regime. There's loads of things, you could tick loads of things. And I got ripped apart years ago by a mental health practitioner about the fact that it's a hormonal imbalance for most people, and I learned more about PTSD as well. So I couldn't relate with PTSD so much until I had a car crash involving a 5-year-old years ago, and also being armed robbed at knife and claw hammer point. I couldn't relate. I know I'm ranting on a little bit, but the point I'm trying to make in this video is Gav losing his hair is minute compared to the big issue that's happening in the UK today. And I find that a lot of people could actually improve their mindset and their demeanour by simply taking some self-responsibility and doing something about it. As harsh as it sounds, it's just I've met loads of people I've coached over the years who come to me in a rut, post-divorce, overweight, issues stemming from childhood, bullying, come to me at a crisis point, and they've then evolved into a completely different person, because we haven't just focused on their nutrition, their lifestyle, their exercise. We've focused on their mindset as much as anything else, and looking at ways to self-motivate and to keep themselves focused. But again, too many people are quick to put themselves in this little bubble, stigmatise themselves with mental health issues, and they haven't even sought professional guidance. If you have sought professional guidance, if you have been diagnosed, then you have to accept that what medication you're on and what guidance you've been given is critical to help you to become a better, stronger version of yourself. And also nutrition and fitness and lifestyle changes will also help you as well. I've met loads of people who've been on medication, who come to me who've been on fluoxetine and different types of mental health medication, who out of their own personal choices years later have come off them and feel 10 times better, because they're probably eating way better, doing sports, fitness, change their peer circles, a whole host of things. But unfortunately, it's very hard for a lot of medical professionals and people to generally speak openly about such issue. So you've come to this video to listen to why I shaved my hair off, but I'm trying to get more of an important point across, and that's the stigmatism around mental health today, and what a lot of people need to do, and simply take more self-responsibility for their themselves, and more importantly, try and seek for professional help, and don't put yourself in this box or this category without a proper diagnosis. Because I can guarantee half the people out there who say they're depressed, who've never been to their doctor or sought professional guidance, are not depressed. So there we are. That's a very straight talking, hard video. If you're a snowflake and you're easily offended, then do something about it, because the world can be a great place, but it also can be a dark place. And it goes back to a phrase that I learned years ago: your mindset can be your best friend, or it could be your worst nightmare. So with this, I could be really insecure and really like down in the dumps about it, or I can just say fuck it, embrace it. It's life. Life is what you make it, my friends. Thanks for watching Gav's latest video. It is late at night. I am full of pre-workout and I've just been to the gym, so I've probably ranted on a little bit too long there. But I've got a book coming out soon, which is to help men, because I've noticed that a lot of guys definitely struggle today in today's culture, and it will inform people on the front of the book and say, if you are easily offended, this isn't the book for you. But I think some people just need to hear some home truths, and I've heard too many over the years. Thankfully, I've been in contact with and worked alongside some very strong characters who will just tell you straight. If you're not doing a good enough job, they will tell you straight. If you are slacking, they will tell you straight. In sport, you either win or lose. And I grew up in a time when there was no such thing as a participation medal. So now they're going to be other video topics that I'm going to talk about openly. But yeah, just focus on being a better version of yourself, and more importantly, guys, try and do what it takes to be happy. Quite often or not, we focus so much on materialism and external things to make ourselves happy, but being happy here and in your heart is just a different feeling altogether. And being true to yourself also, and speaking your own mind like I am now, is critical for a better, more fruitful lifestyle. Otherwise, you'll be in a mental trap for the rest of your lives. So be yourself, speak your mind, be happy, and try and take some of these tips from this video today if you feel a bit down in the dumps. I hope some of the videos now and from the past and in the future help. if you do have any questions, feel free to inbox me on Facebook. I'm happy to answer questions and do more videos on self-improvement, and I just feel it's needed, especially for men today, that we just speak openly about things, and it's just critical for the survival of good men to just, again, speak our minds rather than just bottling it all up and just hiding behind flat screens. So there we are, I've ranted on enough. Subscribe to the channel if you like what I'm about. Thanks for watching. There's loads of other videos on my YouTube. I will be bringing out more. Have a great day. Take care.